When I signed my first song to my first publisher in 2002, I signed an exclusive deal for perpetuity for my song. In other words, she would have exclusive rights to my track forever. Every subsequent song that I signed with her had the same terms, exclusive rights forever. When I got started in 2002, this type of deal was pretty standard. My publisher also happened to be a former professor of mine from Berklee College of Music. So it was someone that I knew personally and felt comfortable with. I'm not sure if I would have agreed to those terms if it was someone I didn't know and trust. Over the last few years, many new companies have emerged in the music licensing scene, and many of them offer non-exclusive deals. Technically, when you register a title with your performing rights organization, you can only associate one publisher with each title. The way non-exclusive libraries and publishers get around this is by simply retitling your track. In other words, changing the title and registering themselves as the publisher for the new retitled version of your song. There are a couple of downsides to non-exclusive retitling deals. One of the downsides is that what often happens is supervisors are pitched the same track multiple times with multiple titles. This can be a source of annoyance and frustration for supervisors who are often pressed for time to begin with. The second downside is that non-exclusive deals dilute the marketplace. Many publishers and libraries have catalogs that overlap a lot because a lot of writers have signed with many different non-exclusive libraries and publishing companies. This makes it harder for companies that do these types of deals to offer anything unique. If everybody has access to essentially the same music, why do business with one company versus another? This forces companies to compete on price, and I believe this practice has been a contributing factor in the decline of licensing fees over the last several years. The upside, of course, to non-exclusive deals is that you're not locked into working with just one company. So if company X can't find a buyer for your music, you can try your luck with company Y or company Z and so on. So what is a writer to do? For the record, I'm not really for or against either type of deal. I've signed both and I'm open to both. I think there are more important questions to ask, such as, what is the background of the company you're signing with? What do they have in mind for your music? What's their track record? What's your track record? What other offers do you have on the table? And so on. In other words, you really have to approach things on a case-by-case basis. There isn't really a one-size-fits-all answer to the question. Instead, it's more important to get an overall feel for each company you move forward with. Do they have something specific in mind for your music? Do you feel like they're trustworthy? And so on. If the company you're signing with is just going to upload your tracks into their massive library of 20,000 titles and then passively wait for supervisors to come and search their database, then it's probably not a good idea to give them exclusive rights to your music. On the other hand, if the company is a company with extensive licensing credits and they're going to actively promote your catalog to very specific opportunities, and you feel strongly about their ability to help you move your career forward, then you should at least consider exclusivity in this situation. The bottom line, it's your career and it's your music, and no one can really tell you what's right for you. You have to do what feels right for you. When I signed with my original publisher, I had friends who thought I was crazy to agree to the terms that I agreed to, and maybe I was, but it paid off for me, and I felt like overall it was a fair trade-off. These days I have more options, and so I scrutinize the deals I make more carefully.